Introduction. The constant influencer war and the unending mindless skirmishes for clout leaves a lot to be desired from a tactical point of view. Rarely any actions made by the majority of the parties involved have any sense or even a smidget of planning. Those who plan end up as successful and are viewed as different to the rest for their basic abilities. I intend to lay out my plans in such a way most people would understand. If you don't, then it's your problem. I also want to add that this specific set of plans and operation is specific to me and my situation. It will not work for you. The Powerplay Doctrine. The Powerplay Doctrine, as I like to call it, is a collection of plans meticulously created to fill a set of goals set out specifically in order to propel me to the heights of fame. Every step is as perfect as the human mind can create. This specific operation is made out of 5 connected, for the lack of a better word, plans that have to at least partially succeed in order for the rest to work. Here I will outline these plans in no particular order and explain what they mean and how I implement them. A common goal. This is more of a general rule that a plan must fit in order to be considered for further expansion. Every plan should have the same end goal. The means do not matter as long as it eventually will result in a better outcome of the final goal. My goal is big, too big for my current internet footprint, and so I need to become more known. I need to have friends that are even bigger than me. I need to become an influencer to be sure it will work the way I want it to, and it will. I am confident in my plan. Friends in high places. Becoming friends with progressively more known people has its eventual benefits, and I'm not talking about being retweeted from time to time, although it does help. This ensures that when the time comes, my message will reach even further than it could before. This is the simplest of the operations and already basically successful at this point. Picking the right enemy. The enemy is always a group of people who are universally hated by all, such as zoophiles, pedophiles, and necrophiles. That will guarantee support when I eventually take up action against those groups. The fighting will start after the Big Bang, which will result in both massive amounts of exposure and significant amounts of pushback from the hostile groups I have targeted. Fortunately, those groups are so irredeemable, it will be nigh impossible for them to make a successful attack on my character. They will fear me because I won't be able to be stopped like hundreds of people before me that were not in the same position I am. They will be powerless to stop me. Throwing shit at the wall. This is what I describe my current strategy of content production on YouTube. Well, there is a method to this madness. Most of the content is games I already own, recorded and uploaded to see what the algorithm will promote, to have something on my channel to keep it alive, while I work on videos that require more work than just 1 or 2 hours of uncut recording. All ideas that sound like a video that could get a good amount of views will be considered and made eventually, while easier videos get uploaded to keep the algorithm recommending my channel to others to not disappear and ruin my whole operation. It's important to actually make good enough content to not rely purely on other people's fan-based communities, because those are unreliable ways of ensuring the success of my plans. The Big Bang. The final operation. The Big Bang is what I decided to name the final part of the plan. This is the culmination of all these little plans and operations and the beginning to the last phase of my grand plan, outside of the scope of this video. The Big Bang is a 2-part operation relying on 2 lists. One with a list of all the genres I can find, and the other has information about different accounts and platforms those people have or are on. Motivated by revenge, I, at the time of writing, have worked on these for 2 years and have 2,000 plus individuals listed, and the number is growing day by day. The point of this is to reveal the massive problem on social media and beyond, and cause mass outrage, leading to a social and media crusade against communities and social media companies that do next to nothing to get rid of them, to finally act under a massive external and hopefully internal pressure, changing them forever and pushing the degenerates out of the public spaces, leaving their so-called activism unseen and unheard like it should be. I will not let them normalize the degeneracy, and they will pay for what they have done to me and many other people out there. I will not rest until they will be eradicated from the surface of the public communities. I will not stop until they retreat underground to places where nobody but them can hear their screams. They want attention, thinking it will give them the acceptance and normalization they so desperately want, and I will give them their attention, but it will be the last time they will get any of it. And to those who doubt my abilities, we will see in several years what you did to stop them. Until then, you are no better than me.